everybody, I have a passion for this, but the people that have come through here have been instrumental and incredible.
Sure.
So Erica, her and our chef George, they create our own uh, café de olla syrup.
Oh, okay.
Café lechero is a steam milk with just a nice mix. We remember going with my father and my grandmother having. I'm sorry, with my grandfather, and my grandmother having coffee ready for us, and we had fresh squeezed milk from cow for our creamer. And café lechero.
What part of Mexico are you
It's
from?
small town up
I'm gonna say that is something that our region does, so I'm very familiar. Not to interrupt your story, I just had to ask.
wonderful. If you really wanted to be, and then you would call it
Yes.
embajadero to try it. And it's only in certain regions of Mexico too.
People milking cows, putting
Yeah,
awesome.
yes. We had the opportunity to go back to Mexico. I was blessed that my grandfather would wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, and he'd be saddle up the horse, and we go milk the cows, right?
Wow.
So always instilled in me, and even still now, I'm somewhat of a morning person. So,
Okay.
but I love the day off, right? They come
Yeah.
in here, we get the opportunity to start their day,
Yeah.
and with a cup of coffee, right?
Yeah.
Which is a wonderful. It's not only in our culture, in the Hispanic culture, in
Yeah.
Eastern Europe and the Middle East, and I love that uh, we can provide that for our community.
Nice. Now, what?
There's a couple of different reasons for that. People come together and they fulfill their dream. People doing their homework. So we have an event space in the back where people come together and they think and they talk about their dreams, right?
Yeah.
Another reason, there's a lot of symbolism with a lot of the stuff that we do here.
Yes, even the logo, I could see how you kind of have it like a dream catcher.
Yeah, so here we.
There we go. No, thank you so much.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you, George.
I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you. So for those that are listening, we just had a little tech difficulty, but now we're back. So we were talking about the logo.
Sure. Well, you know what? Our Dreamcatcher logo, it comes from, a place where people come and they create their dreams. I was actually in South Dakota with Chief Izzy, and we were doing a sweat lodge, which is temazcal in Spanish.
Okay.
And he gave me a name, and he said, "You're going to be a keeper for other people's dreams."
Okay.
And that just stayed in me.
Okay.
I had served in the Marine Corps. I was a private contractor in the Middle East, and he helped me process a lot of things in my life, and it was very beneficial. So I kind of honor his story. I have a couple of his stuff in our hallway. But here we have kind of a collage of coffee. And coffee, for a lot of people that don't know, it started in Ethiopia, and it traveled through the Ottoman Empire. We drink coffee in the States because we didn't want to be like the British and drink tea. So we kind of pay homage to the Revolutionary War.
Oh,
Um, and then
a bit. I know there was a little bit, but you were saying that you have the Ethiopia. So tell us a little bit about that right there. You said it. So what exactly does it all say? It's a whole.
yeah, so you know what? We tell a little bit story of how coffee first started in Ethiopia and how it got here, right? So we
Gotcha.
tell the story of stories throughout the centuries on how coffee was cultivated, where it's grown,
Yes.
why we drink it here, and I also pay homage to my father who sold coffee out of a catering truck and kind of made me fall in love with coffee.
Wow, I love that. Okay, and you even have dates there, 19th century,
Yeah,
the 20th century, daily coffee consumers. You guys gotta come here. I mean, I love when we can't, when right away when I come into the space, you can see it's very light, right? Like, sometimes you go to coffee shops, they're dimmer. This is more like light. You can see it's like the art is really nice. I love the brick that you have, the exposed brick, right?
thank you,
It's very nice, very chic, I would have to say,
thank
right?
you, thank
Coming
you,
here. And then that's why when I saw it, I was like, oh, the logo's right behind us. So why not put the logo behind us, right? While we're doing the show. But
thank you.
so Dreamcatcher, I mean, are you also you're doing more things with the community, right? If I'm not mistaken, you're very involved in the
Yeah,
community.
you know what? I'm born and raised here. I tell everybody some of the stuff that we needed that I needed when I was growing up, right?
Sure.
Because this has always been an immigrant population. It still is. And I think, especially now, we've had a lot of uh, new populations that had come to the Chicagoland area. And you know what? From even when I was growing up, we had a lot of Polish, Lithuanian, uh, and Middle Eastern. And I love one thing that I love about Chicago is we all come together, right? There's so
Yeah.
much different types of fusions of foods. I love
Yeah.
that I could go to Ukrainian village, little Italy, Greek town, different Mexican communities throughout. If you want great Vietnamese
Yeah.
food, I know where to go. And I love the fusion. I think it's very unique, no matter where you are in the world. We honor different cultures. We know one another.
Yeah.
We respect one another. So I love that about our community in Back of the Yards. And I feel like there's a need where people need to come together, right?
Sure.
There's a lot going on, a lot of fears, a lot of situations and issues. And so I created an event space in the back so that people can come together. We've hosted domino tournaments.
Oh,
Uh,
yes, I did see you did like a dom in July, right? Back in
yeah,
July.
we're hoping to do another one. I just competed in a domino tournament of in Humboldt Park, so it's nice to bring the north side with the south side. A lot of the north siders that came to the domino tournament, it's the first time they had a domino tournament in the south side. They said,
Really?
well, of this caliber, yeah.
Okay.
And I love that. I love that there's been people in our community that play in jazz bands that wanted to just perform for an hour or two in our community. We
Yeah.
have a mariachi group that lives upstairs, actually.
Okay.
Uh, they're Latin Grammy nominated, and they've played here before. So, you know, we want to showcase our community. There's a lot of negativity often times that is talked about in certain communities, and I understand that as well. Uh, but I see the hard work, the passion, the blue collar, and I just want to showcase that. And I want to have a place. There's a lot of great things happening in Back of the Yards. We're not the only coffee shop that's opened up. There's others that are doing really well too, and I love that
Yeah.
all of them are bringing something to our community.
Yeah. Yeah. So Domino's is traditionally not a Mexican.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Where is it
Well,
from?
I'm going to pay homage to my uncles from Zacatecas.
Okay.
For whatever reason, it landed in a small town, and I'm paying homage to Tlachichila, Zacatecas, and they've been playing since I was 12 years old,
Uh-huh.
and they would get together every Friday, and I love what they've done. I love hanging out with them, and
Yes.
they're telling stories. So I've been playing with them since I was young.
Yeah.
Not every Friday, but they do it consistently. And I learned the game through them. When I went to the Marine Corps, I was in the Middle East. The game
Really?
of dominoes started in the Persian Empire
Okay.
in the Middle East. So I actually loved when I was in the Middle East. I played domino games in Jordan, in Baghdad, and a few other
Oh,
places. So
really?
yes.
Wow, that's super cool. So you brought that, and you started, your uncles, and then you also did it in the Middle East playing dominoes, and then you brought it into your cafe, which is pretty cool because a lot of people don't realize, like people when they think, and this is just me after doing this for so long, going to different restaurants and kind of just meeting different business owners, how so many of you guys love to bring in your life
Yes.
into, I mean, this is your life, right?
Yes.
But you bring a piece of you and it gets to know, you're not just coming and drinking coffee with, at a business. You're actually kind of getting to know history, getting to know the person, right? Learning of a legacy that a lot of people might not be aware of. So I love the fact that you have all these pieces here, grew up the coffee, giving homage to your family, the military, law enforcement, right? It's like,
Yeah, I think if you walk through the space, we have another entrance and we have welcome in 8 different languages that encompass our
wow.
community. So we have Polish, Lithuanian, Italian, uh, Arabic, Chinese,
Oh, wow.
and it encompasses our community, right? And we want to pay homage. Even our logo, there's a lot of symbolism we have on our coffee cup, the flower of life. The song "Que llueva café en el campo," that coffee just burst out. So we have that. We have the chakras that represent the middle, just to be in alignment. And outside, we have a mural where we have the Dalai Lama.
I did see that beautiful mural outside. Okay.
Yeah, I think if you guys stop by, take a photo outside and post it on social media. And we have the Dalai Lama, Tupac, Martin Luther King, and Mother Teresa sitting together over a cup of coffee. The thought is people from different walks of life coming together. And that's what we want to do in this coffee shop.
Who was the artist or the person that put that together?
So the concept was thought by us here in Dreamcatcher Cafe, and the artist, he's a local artist. He lives in the north side. Rosh, he lived in Colombia.
Okay.
Very smart man. Haven't seen him in a long time, but yeah, there's so much art pieces that were placed here, so much care. If I could talk a little bit about the build out of the coffee shop.
Sure.
So you know what? There's certain things that you do just based off of passion, right? And
Of
for
course.
me, this was it. This was passion. There was so many times that people would say, "Well, you're putting too much money into this space. You shouldn't." And my thought pattern is, my community is deserving of a beautiful space to come together.
I like that.
Deserving
Yes.
of it. We're the first on 47th Street to put windows that open up to make the outside and the
I
inside.
do notice that. I did see that because usually you see this in West Town, Lincoln Park. You have it here on 47th
Yeah,
Street.
we deserve it as well, right?
Yeah,
We're
I
looking
agree.
to build an outdoor seating area as well. But you know what? I bought the building, and I bought the building during COVID, so it was kind of a tough time. And
Wow.
I had to apply to 15 different loans, and nobody would give me a loan, partly because, and I do understand, I didn't have the commercial restaurant experience.
Okay.
But that was actually a beauty, and I'm going to tell you why that was so beneficial.
Okay.
When money came in, I knew I needed my wall fixture, right? So I looked and I researched, and people came, "Hey, listen, dude, I want to help you out. This countertop was done by a guy that grew up in back of the yards." And he says,
that's
"Dude,
cool.
I'm going to help you out. You don't have to pay me right away." He allowed me to pay me in increments. John Mercuzis, he was fantastic in helping this out. And a lot of people that grew up here came back to really build this place.
Wow. So the community had a piece in this.
Yes.
I love that. That's why I also the first thing I saw was this counter when I was like, where do we shoot? So I was like, I actually like this. And I'm really like, I like the rustic look. So that's cool. So everyone from the community helped build this space with you.
Yeah, I could tell you, and the beautiful thing is, I couldn't afford, and the money wasn't coming in.
Yeah.
So when I got a paycheck and I had some money in the bank, I knew what I needed next to invest in.
Sure.
That's good and bad because I didn't have the extended knowledge to build this a restaurant. I had done some rehab work in back of the yards. Where I live, we bought an abandoned property, we gutted it, and we revitalized it. And we did the same thing here. This was an abandoned property. It was actually Abdullah's medical clinic. He was a guy from Syria that spoke perfect Spanish. And he was here. He was our doctor in our community for 40 years. Really? We loved him. He was my doctor for some time. And to be able to revitalize a space,
I actually, and I was very involved with the community, and I love community. They know Spanish. A lot of times you go to these stores and you're like, how did you learn Spanish? They'll have their Tortilla or Palestinians, there's a whole more Spanish. I'm like, wow. So I'm still intrigued. You know what I'm really excited about is that mural, because when I pulled up that right away, that's one thing that the South Side's really big on. Yeah. Maybe you might see a little bit on the North Side, some murals, but very little. The South Side, though, like, that's really part of like culture, right? Murals on buildings, like different areas. I mean, right here, I'm sitting and I can see on 47th Street, I can see 2 other murals across the street as we're speaking, right?
Yeah. So we, in this particular corner, and this was a blessing that the Yards Neighborhood Council invested in this area, and they helped with some of the murals. We paid for most of our mural.
Wow.
And that was expensive.
And not to cut you off, but I know that this is super exciting for those that are listening. We're going to take a brief break, but when you guys come back, we're going to talk more about the Dreamcatchers Cafe and what is going on next. So stay tuned.
More than 2 hours. Since officers couldn't reach the man, investigators don't know why he was there or when and if he left. A follow-up investigation is ongoing, and Aurora police are pursuing a criminal warrant for the man. A man has been sentenced to 6 years in prison for killing an Elgin bicyclist in a drunk driving crash. Anthony Osborne pleaded guilty Wednesday to 1 count of aggravated driving under the influence of alcohol causing death. Authorities told the Daily Herald the 34-year-old Osborne killed 70-year-old Jonathan Herbert in a head-on crash on September 21st, 2023. Herbert suffered a broken leg, face, and skull fractures and bleeding on the brain. He died October 4th, 2023. Police said Osborne had a blood alcohol level of more than 0.14, almost twice the legal limit for driving. Charges of reckless homicide and leaving the scene of an accident, personal injury, or death were dropped. A residence in the 1000 block of Danforth Drive was burglarized on Wednesday. The burglary, which occurred between 9:06 a.m. and 4:29 p.m., does not appear to be a random act, according to police Thursday. Officers were dispatched to the house at 4:38 p.m. the day before. Entry to the residence was attempted through an exterior garage door. The incident was isolated to certain rooms of the house. No one was at home at the time. Investigators are still determining what was taken. The investigation remains ongoing. No criminal charges have been filed. Police are asking nearby residents to check surveillance footage around the time of the incident. Anyone with information is urged to contact investigators at 630-454-2500. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
This weekend, Kohl's is giving away millions in Kohl's Cash in store. It's like you're getting free shopping money. At least that's what I tell my husband. Yep, you're just making smart financial decisions, one trendy sweater at a time. Plus, all month, enter our online sweepstakes at Kohl's.com for a chance to win $200 Kohl's Cash. Some exclusions apply while supplies last. Giveaway ends September 7th. Sweepstakes ends September 30th, 2025. No purchase necessary. 20 winners per day. Limit 1 prize per person for entire sweepstakes. See Kohl's.com for official rules and details.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You could make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates. Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Today, sunny with a high near 73. This afternoon, temperatures falling to around 71. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 49. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 77 and temperatures falling to around 74 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 59 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
If you need to hire, you know it takes time. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You simply pick a time and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day.
Try Zip Intro for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
Are back live, super excited. We've been getting to know our guest Ignacio for the last 30 minutes, but we're excited to learn more because we're talking about the mural that's outside of his business, how the community came together to help build a Dreamcatcher Cafe. We're right off 47th and Honorary. Is that the street?
Yes.
Which is close to Ashland and 47th Street. And we're just visiting and getting to know his story and what he's all about. So super excited. So Ignacio, what are the moves? What's happening right now, in Dreamcatcher Cafe?
Sure. You know what? We're going through a lot of growing and adapting. And we're learning so much. We have our chef that's out there. He's cooking our focaccia bread right now. I want to pay homage to him.
We see him. He's what do I say? Kneading the dough? Kneading.
Yeah. He's an incredible. He's really set us up significantly as far as a high quality standard of our food.
Beautiful.
We make our own focaccia bread. We used to order our focaccia bread from Aya Bakery, which is an incredible bakery. All of a sudden they closed down, and luckily Jorge, our chef, he stepped up and he says, we'll start making our focaccia bread in-house. And he makes all our sauces in-house.
Nice.
And some of our spicy mayos with our breakfast sandwiches are fantastic. It's all him. Again, what? God has sent me some incredible people to really help me establish this place. So, you know what? When you're starting off, I know coffee. I love the taste. But there's so many intricacies that go into the creation of a good café de olla, a good café lechero, So it's been a lot of work, a lot of studying. This place has made me grow and develop just as a person.
Yeah.
Working with staff, humbling ourselves to really know that we don't know everything, right?
Sure.
And adapting. And we've been connecting with some incredible places. There's been some incredible coffee shops that have reached out and helped out. And in turn, we're doing the same thing. Little sandwich house out in Brownsville. DeCarlo and his family have really helped us out. They're a few years ahead. Eekstock Coffee in Hammond, Indiana, they roast our coffee. He's a veteran as well.
Oh, that's so cool. You do have like your logo on. Is this your own blend?
So this is our own recipe, our own blend, and we have our Rise blend, which is a medium dark from beans from Chiapas in Guatemala. And then we have our Valor blend that I really want to talk about.
Oh, wow.
It's our Valor blend. We honor our first responders and our military veteran personnel.
Yeah.
So I want, and so it's a bolder, stronger taste.
Wow.
So yeah, we're very mindful of everything that we do, from our food to, almost everything is made from scratch in-house. A lot of baked goods are brought in from Sweet Connections in the North Side.
Oh, nice.
But it's been wonderful connecting with other businesses, understanding, it's not easy. It's not easy starting off, marketing, getting for people to know about us. And this is a huge help. Your show is fantastic, and getting the word out.
Yeah.
We applied for some grants. So one of the things about the space is we're right smack in the middle of 3 grammar schools. So within
Oh,
a
wow.
1 block radius, we have Seward Grammar School that I attended when I was a long time ago. I won't say how long ago, but it was a long time ago. And then we have Lotta and we have Hedges, and that's all within a 1 block radius. If we extend a little bit more, we have Back of the Arts High School, Second Chance High School. So it's wonderful for people to come and see. But we got to do a better job of market ourselves, letting people know what our products are, what we have. One of the things that distinguishes us from a lot of other restaurants, this is Back of the Arts. I'm not going to compete with some great tacos we have from Cucos, La Internacional, and Atatonicos. We're not going to compete with them. So we have different healthier items. We have our chicken wrap that's fantastic. That was made by our chef in-house. He created it. We're shooting out a pizza panini.
A pizza panini.
Pizza panini. I'm gonna have George make one for you before you leave.
Oh Lord!
And we have some very healthy soups. Some very healthy soups.
Nice.
So we want to have some healthier options for our community. The fall is coming, so we want to warm up the body a little bit.
That's very nice. Yes.
And we're not going to compete with some very authentic homemade pozoles and tacos.
Well, you're on 47th Street. That's a lot of competition.
Yes,
know.
Yes.
But you are standing out, which is what I think is super cool. And even like the dream catcher, you do yoga classes here, right?
You know what? We have a community yoga class every Saturday at 10 a.m. We're going to have a wellness day on the 17th of September, where we're going to have a yoga class, a yoga nidra, and then we're going to have some sound bowls just to put you in a more relaxed state.
Okay.
So something different for the community.
Very different.
We've used the event space, like I said, for other events, but we've also had people rent it out. We had a beautiful Albanian family that came, and they had an open coffee bar. So they used the back. They brought in their own food. And the Albanians, I'll tell you, they're incredible coffee drinkers. So they were, they loved some of the offers that we had. So you could rent, once we close in the evening, you could rent the event space, and you could have an open coffee bar, especially for those that aren't drinking any alcohol.
So question. So since you have explored, in the military, you've went around the world, where's your favorite coffee from?
Oh, what a great question. What a great question. You know what? I have to tell you, I've traveled through a lot of places in Europe, and I've been places in the Middle East. I love that they have their own flavor, right? I've had coffee in Turkey, and man, that Turkish coffee is fantastic.
I've had Turkish coffee. It's really good,
have you had it in Turkey?
No, absolutely not. I should try it.
Yeah. The old Constantinople is just a beautiful place. And you know what? I got to give it to the Colombians. The Colombians have incredible coffee. I've been to Bogota. And you know what? No matter where you're at in the world, people get together and they come around coffee, right? There's coffee shops everywhere. And I know we want to provide this and I want to pay homage to the other coffee shops that are in our community that have opened up. And I think there's room for all of us. I tell everybody there's 12 taquerias. We can have, well, maybe not too many coffee shops, guys.
Yeah, right.
But I love that people are coming in. I love that they're investing. I'm born and raised here. I still live here. I give back. Everything that we generate here stays within our community. I would like it for other restaurants to also live in our community. But the fact that they're building, they're creating, they're revitalizing, I think it means a lot to all of us. And to see the possibilities, what can happen with community is just incredible.
So I mean, that's what caught my attention, right? Yoga
Yeah.
on 47th Street. You know, I was like, okay, that sounds
You know,
cool.
I'll tell you a little story. I mean, I used to ride horses
Okay.
for the police department,
Yeah.
and I fell off a horse really bad.
Oh,
And
okay.
I got bucked off, and it took me a while to get back, and I
Okay.
had a pretty bad back injury, and I got into yoga. I got into
Really?
yoga. For the first 5 years, it was just give me the workout, right? Give me the stretch.
For sure.
And then slowly I got into the mindfulness aspect of it, and I see the benefits. And I think our community needs it, especially with everything that's going on, the fears, the mindset that's going on right now. And I want to, if you see, the coffee shop provides a welcoming, safe space. And
It does.
with the yoga, we want to provide just a place where you could come in and feel at ease and relaxed.
Yeah, and yoga has so many. You're right, it has so many benefits. Especially right now, everyone's anxious, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of anxiety, especially in the city, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
especially in our community,
especially this community. Yeah.
yeah, especially this community. So I can totally understand that, and I think that's super great that you're bringing so much. You know, a lot of times we leave our communities,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And we like, okay, we made it, bye, I'm gone,
Yeah.
right? And then, but you're actually like, no, I'm here, and I'm still here,
Yeah.
and I'm still cultivating here.
You know, I tell everybody I've traveled through 36 countries in my life, and a lot of the stuff that I had in storage, I put in my hallway, right? But I tell you, I feel like I don't even need to travel anymore. I want to really get to know my community a little bit more. I want to know the people a little bit more. There's
Yeah.
so much that we fail to really see.
Yeah.
And, you know, some of the lessons that I've learned through yoga, through some of the things, I want to bring back to this community.
Yeah.
And I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I was born and raised here. You could see I have.
You're definitely a diehard Chicagoan because there's Chicago
Yeah,
all over.
yeah. The Bears are playing today, guys. I had to make sure I put my Chicago Bears. We have high hopes, guys. Come on.
Yeah, no, you can totally tell there's a print of a Chicago lover here, right?
Yeah. I love, you know what? I've had people come from various places around the world, and they're shocked how proud we are of our neighborhoods, right?
Yes.
And whether you're from Pilsen, you're from Back of the Yards, Bryant Park, Canaryville. I used to love the rivalries between Back of the Yards and Canaryville and Bridgeport when we played football or baseball. And maybe they beat us in baseball, but when football came around, we would at least get a hit or two.
Okay, that's good.
So I love those rivalries, and I love the differences within our communities, and I also love that we all come together.
Yeah, yeah, and you could totally tell. You could totally tell that there's a
Either fixed rate, indexed, or variable? Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers contains the little-known truths about annuities, like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and the Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845.
So we are back, guys. So we were talking about the neighborhoods and the rivalries, and that's what you loved. And I was going to mention, if you are a diehard Chicagoan or you love Chicago, you'll know the neighborhood you're in based off the architecture. Like,
yeah,
I think that's one of the biggest ways you can identify where I'm at in Chicago.
I agree. I mean, I think we showcase that here. We have, this is Back of the Yards. This is where I tell everybody, a lot of the slaughterhouses in the country, a lot of the meat that was processed, that went throughout the U.S. was processed here in Back of the Yards. We have butcher blocks over there. We have our stools that are kind of from the industrial age. So we do pay homage. And, you know, one thing that I love about our community in back of the yards that we were a hardcore meatpacking factory. And there was good and bad with some of those those things. And I remember in the 90s, a lot of the meatpacking factories in this community closed down. And that really affected our community. We saw jobs just leave this particular area. And it affected, I saw that firsthand, how it affected our families. And I love that I was around when this was a really great neighborhood. I was around through the hard times, and I think that made us stronger. And I see an incredible, I'm biased when I say this, but I see an incredible revitalization occurring in our community in back of the yards. We see people coming back. We see investment coming in. We want jobs being provided for our community so they can invest in our community. And I'm seeing all of that. The city of Chicago has transformed drastically. The UIC community was significantly different than it is now. The West Loop, the South Loop. You look at Randolph Street, how that's transformed. Ukrainian Village, Logan Square. And we feel there's a change coming to back of the yards. We want to be a part of it from boots on the ground. Yeah. So, and I love that.
And where did you, so I'm just curious, where did you get all this stuff from the meat packing companies, and how did you, like the stools, right? How did you acquire
You know
those?
what, I'll tell you, some of this was just left from 40 years ago.
Really?
And, yes, that butcher block over there.
Okay.
You know what, I found it. I cleaned it up, and
oh, wow.
it was lightly used. And you know what, one of the things that people don't realize, when a lot of these companies closed down, they just left everything there.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I can see that.
And it was just there, and it's been sitting for many years. So in order, I love that some of these places, some of them have been needed to be torn down. But I'm just one of those guys that I'm curious and what's going on here. What are you throwing away? And
you're definitely a Chicagoan.
yeah. The stools were created by same guy that did our countertops.
Yeah.
So he did that to pay homage to the industrial aspect of this community.
So question, do you believe in dibs or no dibs?
You know what? I mean, listen, I'm going to tell you, I'm that guy that I'm going to help everybody get out.
Okay, so
right?
you're like,
I'm going to shovel for everybody. But if you didn't do anything and we had 2 feet of snow and you didn't do anything and you're just waiting for this guy. So, you know what? I don't know, especially in this community, we're hardworking. If you're too lazy to dig out. Now, if you're older and I'm going to help you out. And I think that's what we do. But dude, if you're a young guy and you're capable and you're just waiting for somebody else to
shovel,
dude,
so for those that are listening and you don't know what we're just talking about, dibs, right? Dibs is when there's a snowstorm. You live in the city and you shovel your car out, right? And then because you shoveled your car out, you're going to put something out there because this is my parking spot until the snow is gone. Yeah. Or until the city collects all the items and throws it in the garbage. So I always thought that was hilarious because growing up, you know, my parents would shovel out their cars and then they'll put the cones out there and then they would fight. Like people would come and remove their cones.
It's a lot of work. I've been blessed that I have garage spaces for my vehicles, but I understand, you know, when I'm out there for when there's a huge snowstorm, we're helping everybody out. You know, I have to dig out of here so people can come in my house and my neighbor's house. And we don't mind, but I love that we come together. You know, it's hard. A lot of people post, oh, listen, I shovel. I'm like, that's what we do.
That's exactly what we do.
Yeah. So, yeah, but I understand. I've never gotten into an argument over
dibs,
but I could understand, especially if you didn't do any work and you're capable.
Oh, for sure. So I was just curious because I'm like, okay, you've been here, grew up here, you're still here. I mean, I'm in the suburbs now, so I don't even deal with that stuff anymore. But I remember growing up what we used to deal with. So what are any things happening? You know, first off, what's the website if someone wants to learn more about?
I mean, if you could look us up on Dreamcatcher.cafe. It's nice and simple. Dreamcatcher.cafe. You can look us up back of the yards. We got a lot of stuff going on. We have a wellness day that we're providing donation based, so it's free of charge if you want to come and join us.
Oh wow.
That's September 17th next week. I believe it's 6. It's actually, yeah, they're posting it on our website. So come on by, guys. Something different, some relaxation. We're going to have some sound bowls, so we could put your body at ease. We're going to be launching, guys, a Invest Southwest 90-second video that if you like us, we'll be eligible for a grant. What do we want to use with that grant? Because we're right smack in the middle of 3 grammar schools, we want to have an after-school program here. I know it's needed. Mentorship, it'll help us out with marketing. We want to provide a healthy option plus a drink after school so we could help them out with homework and build community. Actually, if you want to donate to that, you could donate to our website. And we have an outdoor seating area that we're putting together for spring. We're trying to launch it in the fall, and it looks like it's not going to happen. Yeah. And like I said, we invest in our community. We want to beautify what happens when you convert what once was abandoned lot, a property, into a space that we could come together in. So we want to do that not only here, but some of the vacant lots in the community as well.
Yeah, I remember when I was in college, I learned that the most, I don't want to say the most crime, or when kids get the most in trouble, is from 3 to 6.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're not being watched.
Correct.
Mom is not home yet.
Yeah.
They're out of school, right? So that's when they get into most trouble, because I don't mind find something to do. So I love when you do mentorship programs for kids, or do youth programs or after school programs, because that helps a kid stay out of trouble.
Yeah. Give them mentorship. And you know what? Because of my background, I'm from the community, born and raised, and I've traveled throughout the world. I've been in the Marine Corps, law enforcement. And for me, giving back, I do this as much for myself as for the community. It means a lot to me. I feel like these are the things that I needed when I was younger, and I just want to provide that for our next generation.
I love that space. So dreamcatcher.net is the website you said?
Dreamcatcher.cafe.
Dreamcatcher.cafe. So you guys can go check it out. And then what are your social media handles?
So on Facebook, you can look us up on Dreamcatcher Cafe. On Instagram, we're on Dreamcatcher Cafe IG. And, off the top of my head, I don't know my TikTok handle. I'm sorry about that, guys.
It's
something
okay.
I've had to learn.
We'll figure it out. I'll tag you. So you said, I know you said, going back to the coffee question, Turkish coffee was one of your favorites and Colombian coffee was one of your favorites.
I think they're one of the, you know what, every place has its own unique style. I love the Chapas coffee as well. But if I were to go, coffee from Chapas is fantastic.
Oh, really? Okay.
Guatemala. But I think one of the memories that I have, 2 memories, is probably my Turkish coffee when I was in Istanbul, Italy as well. I mean, it's just such a variety of flavors. One place that I haven't gone to is Ethiopia, where it all started. I want to go there and really try Ethiopian coffee. So if somebody's out there and they want to stop by, I'll trade you one of our bags for some Ethiopian coffee.
Bring some Ethiopian coffee over here, guys. And I think that's awesome, bringing the world view to back of the yards, bringing Chicago to the back. Well, I know we are Chicagoans, but bringing that type of culture, those dynamics, I think it's super awesome.
I think back of the yards has given so much to the world. We had, like I said, the meatpacking factories, the hard work. We had some of the first successful union strikes in this community. So we've given so much to the world, and it's beautiful for the world to come back. And we can show back of the yards the possibilities of what's outside of just this community.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's great. So I'm definitely super excited. You guys make sure you come over here. What's the address again?
We're at 1824 West 47th Street, in right on the corner on 47th and Honorary. We're in between Damon and Ashland.
You cannot miss it. There's this big, beautiful mural on the side of the building. So definitely come visit, check out their coffee, check out their food, come for yoga, come for the wellness event, or Domino's when he puts Domino's together. He's doing so much for the community. So make sure that you guys come, show up, and support local businesses, right? Especially for individuals like Ignacio, who's in the community, doing things for the community, right? And then you can learn more about him and his history and his family. And it's a little piece of him in the business and the restaurant hospitality world, right? So definitely, and they're showing some pictures right now of
Yeah, we had a run club here. So
you had a run club here.
Well, there was a run club that started here,
Okay.
and they ran a couple miles. We're having an event on October 25th with a military veteran organization, and we're going to run here as well.
Wow.
We got a lot of events. Keep following us on social media.
Make sure you guys follow, and thank you so much for watching. You're watching the Wise Coffee Chat. I'm Jennifer Sanchez, and we'll talk next week. Thank you so much, Ignacio.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
A loved one owns a gun, and for a while now, you've been concerned about their behavior. They're just not acting like themselves. They've been distant, they've been unpredictable, they've been lashing out. They've been saying things that make you worried they might harm themselves or friends or family. Or you're worried this loved one might hurt you. Maybe they recently threatened someone with their gun. You know something needs to be done, and you wish more than anything you could hit pause on this situation. Well, here in Illinois, you can. The Firearm Restraining Order. In extreme cases, this order temporarily prevents a person in crisis from having a firearm, giving them time to heal before they do something dangerous or even deadly. If you are worried about a loved one in crisis who has access to a firearm, learn more about firearm restraining orders at illinois.gov/pause to heal. A public service announcement brought to you by the Illinois Department of Public Health, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 11 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by VaxAssist.com. A criminal incident reported Wednesday afternoon in the 900 block of South Lake Street in Aurora was revealed to be a man barricading himself inside of a store. Aurora police responded around 8:30 a.m. to 945 South Lake Street after a woman reported that her ex-husband entered the building before her arrival and refused to leave. Police safely removed the woman from the business and attempted to communicate with the man, who barricaded himself inside for more than 2 hours. Since officers couldn't reach the man, investigators don't know why he was there or when and if he left. A follow-up investigation is ongoing, and Aurora police are pursuing a criminal warrant for the man. A man has been sentenced to 6 years in prison for killing an Elgin bicyclist in a drunk driving crash. Anthony Osborne pleaded guilty Wednesday to one count of aggravated driving under the influence of alcohol causing death. Authorities told the Daily Herald the 34-year-old Osborne killed 70-year-old Jonathan Herbert in a head-on crash on September 21st, 2023. Herbert suffered a broken leg, face, and skull fractures and bleeding on the brain. He died October 4th, 2023. Police said Osborne had a blood alcohol level of more than 0.14, almost twice the legal limit for driving. Charges of reckless homicide and leaving the scene of an accident, personal injury, or death were dropped. A residence in the 1000 block of Danforth Drive was burglarized on Wednesday. The burglary, which occurred between 9:06 a.m. and 4:29 p.m., does not appear to be a random act, according to police Thursday. Officers were dispatched to the house at 4:38 p.m. the day before. Entry to the residence was attempted through an exterior garage door. The incident was isolated to certain rooms of the house. No one was at home at the time. Investigators are still determining what was taken. The investigation remains ongoing. No criminal charges have been filed. Police are asking nearby residents to check surveillance footage around the time of the incident. Anyone with information is urged to contact investigators at 630-454-2500. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
This weekend, Kohl's is giving away millions in Kohl's Cash in store. It's like you're getting free shopping money. At least that's what I tell my husband. Yep, you're just making smart financial decisions, one trendy sweater at a time. Plus, all month, enter our online sweepstakes at Kohls.com for a chance to win $200 Kohl's Cash. Some exclusions apply while supplies last. Giveaway ends September 7th. Sweepstakes ends September 30th, 2025. No purchase necessary. 20 winners per day. Limit one prize per person for entire sweepstakes. See Kohls.com for official rules and details.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by VaxAssist.com. A man has been sentenced to 6 years in prison for killing an Elgin bicyclist in a drunk driving crash. Anthony Osborne pleaded guilty Wednesday to one count of aggravated driving under the influence of alcohol causing death. Authorities told the Daily Herald the 34-year-old Osborne killed 70-year-old Jonathan Herbert in a head-on crash on September 21st, 2023. Herbert suffered a broken leg, face, and skull fractures and bleeding on the brain. He died October 4th, 2023. Police said Osborne had a blood alcohol level of more than 0.14, almost twice the legal limit for driving. Charges of reckless homicide and leaving the scene of an accident, personal injury, or death were dropped. A residence in the 1000 block of Danforth Drive was burglarized on Wednesday. The burglary, which occurred between 9:06 a.m. and 4:29 p.m., does not appear to be a random act, according to police Thursday. Officers were dispatched to the house at 4:38 p.m. the day before. Entry to the residence was attempted through an exterior garage door. The incident was isolated to certain rooms of the house. No one was at home at the time. Investigators are still determining what was taken.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Today, sunny with a high near 73. This afternoon, temperatures falling to around 71. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 49. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 77 and temperatures falling to around 74 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 59 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
If you need to hire, you know it takes time. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates the very next day? Now you can.